layers there. And with the upcoming holiday season approaching, more people will have guests in their homes in the coming weeks. Many of you will spend time and energy cleaning and organizing your homes. But what about making sure the air in your house is safe for others to breathe? In today's topic, Christelle Bell speaks with a local air quality expert on ways to keep everyone safe this time of year.
Yeah, good afternoon. We love them. They can bring a sense of joy and holiday spirit to many, but Christmas trees can also be a ready source of mold, which could lead to respiratory issues for those in your home. And joining us to talk about some ways to keep everyone safe during this time of year is Tim Kiser with AdvantaClean of Coastal Carolina in Myrtle Beach. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
This is really interesting to me, Tim. You know, Christmas trees is a staple of the holiday season, but there is something that is called the Christmas tree syndrome. You can have an allergic reaction to the tree. Talk about this.
Yeah, well, the University of New York, State University, did a study, and what they found was 70% of the allergic reactions that people have around the Christmas season is due to the Christmas trees that they bring into their homes. And what they found is that when they bring the trees in, it has mold spores from outdoors. If you have like a fresh cut tree from like a Christmas tree farm, you bring it in, they set it up, and the spores, the sap, things like that are on the real tree, has a tendency to make people sick. Upper respiratory issues, reactions, things like that is what they've been experiencing. So,
what are some other symptoms that people can have from this syndrome?
Well, like I say, they have allergic reactions. You can like have skin rashes. With the pollen that's on the trees, you know, if people are prone to having allergic reactions from breathing like the pollen, they have that. Yeah. Just different things for like upper respiratory lung type issues, things like that is what typically happens. You know, it's where you feel like you have a cold coming on. You know, things. It just depends on how that person's immunity system is built.
And it just kind of varies. It doesn't matter what kind of tree it could be. It's just kind of the things that are in there. So when you're searching for a tree, I think I've heard, is it good to kind of just shake it out, or can that help?
Yeah, well, if it's artificial trees, most people have these stored like in the attic space or under their crawl space. And with the AdvantaClean, what we've seen is most people's attics in their crawl spaces usually have a certain amount of mold spores on the joist up in the attic on the rafters. And so anything that you have in your attic is always going to be exposed to these types of molds. So whenever you leave it in for the off season, you leave your trees up there in the off season and you bring them down, you're setting yourself up because you're letting all those spores come into your home, you're breathing it. So you want to take those outside, shake them off, brush them off. With the artificial tree, you know, a lot of people like to leave their decorations on there. You can take a wet rag and wipe them off as good as you can. If you do not have like a wet rag to do that with, or you don't have the decorations on there, it's good to take it like a leaf blower and just blow it off really good before you bring it in and set it up. Yeah,
before we were rolling, we were talking a little bit about this because we just, you know, put it in the attic, store it away, you know, but is it good to kind of keep it boxed or in some type of container to kind of help keep that stuff from getting on it?
Yeah, typically after you've had your tree for like a year or so, you know, your box that it came in typically deteriorates, so you toss that out. So it's good to have a plastic storage container. Yeah. And most of the artificial trees are in sections, so you can break it down and put it in there and store it. And that'll help keep it from being exposed to the elements that are in your attic and within the crawl space.
Absolutely. So. All right, Tim, we're not done. You know, Christmas trees are not only the other things that can affect the air quality in your home, other decorations could do so as well. So stay with us, because coming up in our next half hour, we're going to share with you how things like candles, even poinsettias, can affect the air you breathe in your home.